If you're currently breastfeeding or maybe pregnant and planning to breastfeed soon, you're in the right place. Today, we are going to talk about nursing covers. You've probably seen a lot of them. I've got two really popular styles. We're going to talk about when they are best to use and why. All right, so this is going to help you find the right fit for you. Let's talk about it. The first cover I want to talk about today is the more apron style one. So let's take this apart. This one is kind of a rectangle. You have an adjusting strap here, and then you have this hoop. So when you wear this cover, you can kind of peek through this hoop and see baby. All right, so this cover I recommend for newborn babies where maybe you need to help them latch. This cover is great for the early days when they're weak, they're figuring it out, you're figuring it out, and just having that visual. Make sure their little nose isn't squished, make sure they can breathe well, and you just want to keep an eye on them. Okay, you're new to it, they're new to it. This cover, I would say, is maybe a little better for airflow getting down in there, airflow from the sides. Now, the cons of this one, it doesn't cover your back, it doesn't cover your back side. So if you're lifting your shirt up and maybe some skin is showing that you're uncomfortable with, it is what it is. Obviously, you can do nursing tops, nursing dresses. You can do where you wear a tank top and a t-shirt and the tank top stays down, the t-shirt goes up. You can do what you want to do, but I'm just saying you're gonna have less coverage. Maybe if you just feel like your pants are always, falling down a little low in the back. Still a great cover, and I definitely do recommend in the early stages with that hoop neck structure, okay? The other con I would say about this is clearly it looks like a nursing cover, okay? It's not that it's unstylish, you can find a beautiful pattern, but when you're wearing this thing, it's pretty obvious what you're wearing, okay? Which, who really cares at the end of the day? But if you wanna go a little bit more for style, the next cover might be for you. So the next cover is the more stretchy, multi-use, some people call them a car seat cover or even a shopping cart cover. All right, so this thing is essentially like an infinity scarf. It makes a complete circle. If you wanted to, you could wear it as a scarf. I don't know who really does that, but people always say you can do it. Now, what's great about this, it's very versatile, okay? You can go fully in here and have both arms in. You can kind of drape it across. You can do a lot of things with this. You can have your backside covered. It does go all the way around because it is that full circle, okay? But it can also be kind of tricky. This one feels really loose to me. There's some where they're really, really tight and they're almost restricting on your elbows, and I feel crowded for you and for baby. And for me, I would say a little bit claustrophobic. Okay, so pro to this, back is covered, full coverage all around. Pro to this, multi-use if you really want it to be multi-use. Another pro, a little more stylish. You could maybe wear it, say you're going to the zoo and you're trying to carry very few items, throw this around your neck like it's a scarf, and then later nurse your baby with it, whatever, They make different ones that are a little more poncho style as well that look even more like clothing. Totally up to you and how you want to try to be stylish. At the end of the day, people know you're nursing your baby most of the time. Okay, so whatever floats your boat. Now, what I would say is a pro is the 360 coverage. Again, this one's not very stretchy, but if you found one that was a little tighter, it's gonna conceal your back better, your sides better. And then for me, with my babies, as they got older, they started playing peekaboo with the cover. They would just pop their head out, and I was not comfortable with that. I wanted to be covered. Okay, so for me, an older baby, this one might be better, or a style similar to this versus that first apron style. Okay, so pros and cons as with anything. So with this style, I would say if you get one that is super stretchy, my biggest con is just feeling really restricted, especially your elbows, and it might be difficult to hold baby, kind of push your elbows out and see them. If it's tight, it might come in really tight on your chest, so it might be hard to see them. So for a newborn baby, this style might be overwhelming to you as a mom. Now, older baby, I think it's great. If you are somebody who walks around and nurses but still wants to be covered, great option. You're fully covered, okay? You're not having to go find a corner to sit in. For babies that get distracted, as your babies get older, sometimes they start looking around at the world and they don't focus. Something like this, that good coverage, ideally they are focused, they're not playing peekaboo, and they're getting done what they need to get done, which is nursing. All right, so which one should you choose? For me, newborn, go with the apron. Older baby, go with the infinity. And honestly, I didn't pay for a nursing cover. Okay, this one was a hand-me-down, and this one was a freebie, I believe in an Amazon welcome box or a Target welcome bag. Okay, so I didn't pay for either one of these. Hand-me-downs, great. Getting them free, great. Thrift store, whatever. It's just a nursing cover. Who cares at the end of the day? All right, how many do you need? I would say one at a time, typically. I kept one in the diaper bag. At home, I didn't really need it. So unless maybe we had company over and then I could just grab it out of the diaper bag. 1 or 2, this is not something where you need to have 5. Okay, that is silly. That is wasteful. If you can, get them hand-me-downs. And if you cannot, I will link some in the description. I'll link both these styles and then a couple other styles that I'm not overly familiar with, but you might want to check out. Now, of course, it is completely up to you in your breastfeeding journey if you want to use a cover at all. But if you do, that's my take on them and my opinions on when, where, how, and which style to use at what phase of your breastfeeding journey. Comment if you have any suggestions or tips regarding breastfeeding with a nursing cover. And if you need more breastfeeding help or information, I'm going to link a whole playlist. It will be in the first pinned comment as well as the description. I love talking breastfeeding and I love giving advice. So please check out those videos if you're needing a little more help, guidance, or support. Leave a comment to help another mama out, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, have a great day.